Welcome to the Caution Flag Contemplations Podcast, a racing show for the fans by a fan. That's for the old school Caution Flag Contemplations listeners. Just open up a little can, cold can. I just want to say thanks y'all being on here. I was reminded this week, which we'll talk about when we get to the Cup race. I was reminded about, the fact that I never should have quit doing this podcast because we probably would have made it. But now there's 500 effing podcasts out there. JP, I know you've seen them. Some of the boys are out there on iRacing pushing it. We got drivers out here pushing podcasts. We got drivers in podcasts. I don't know. Well, I'm not going to talk crap on him with this podcast, but it does suck. And I was reminded very quickly with the Austin Dillon situation that, last year I should have had a podcast because I'm sure y'all remember, but I was ready to quit. Y'all remember that? I was taking a break from NASCAR for a while. But anyways, all right, we had a great weekend. I had a good weekend. I ain't got nothing to talk about. I went to Smoky Mountain with D-Watt. D-Watt, what did you do this weekend? We'll let JP go last. He's being a...
let's see here. I did some walk-ins and pickleball. Went to the racetrack with you. It was pretty simple weekend for me. Not a whole lot.
Mowing.
Just mowed Saturday. Yep, did some mowing. So
you sweat your balls off at Smoky Mountain.
It was a hot one. Yeah.
It wasn't cold, was it?
No, it wasn't cold.
JP, the worst part was that I didn't get. I got that fan like a few times ago when we went to the race. That DeWalt fan.
Yeah.
And I didn't get out of the truck till after it really had cooled off. Anyway, so I was like, I forgot about it. So that was kind of dumb, but. Yeah, I don't know. We had a good time. What'd you do, JP? Nothing around the house? You work?
Nothing too much. We went out shopping with the old lady on Saturday and came home, watched the race.
It probably would have cost you less money if you would have gone to the race. Well, that's okay. We needed somebody to watch the race because I was like to the point where I really wanted to watch Richmond, but I was also like, I have got to get my ass in a seat at a racetrack. It's kind of like the beach for me. I don't know if people really understand that, but like a Saturday at the racetrack with a beer, it's pretty much like me being at the beach. It might be me better, so I enjoyed it. Thanks for going, D-Watt.
Yep.
That way I wasn't lonely down there. But, we had a good time at Smoky Mountain Speedway. Corey Hedgecock got the win. We'll go ahead and knock that one out. Not a whole lot of great racing, unfortunately, there. Somebody was leading and then broke. Oh, Jaden Frame. Oh. Jaden Frame was beating him in the 81F. I guess that's that Riggs Motorsports car. Yeah. Jaden Frame is a good little driver. Extremely underrated, in my opinion. And I thought him and Corey were going to have a good race there, and I guess he had a flat right rear, blew up, or something happened. I'm not exactly sure. It was on the front stretch. But good to see Corey get the win in the old BMF chassis. Not Longhorn yet. I got the Longhorn shirt on, but we're not Longhorn yet. Keyword. So he got the win out there. He said that was the first time on the reconfigured Smoky Mountain Speedway. So, me and D-Watt were talking about they got that track looking good, man. Like the first couple races, it wasn't. They've really got their track prep dialed in, getting it nice and smooth. The only thing I wish I told D-Watt this when we were there, and the announcer, I don't know if you caught this, actually said it otherwise when we were about to leave, but I would like to see a wall in 3 and 4. I think it would help it build a cushion a little bit if they put a wall down there. Or maybe, I thought about this after we left and they said that, maybe just build it up like another 10 foot or something. The guys wouldn't go all the ways up there, I don't think. If you just built it up with dirt, maybe. And don't roll it in all the ways to the top. Leave a little something. Because there was like a cushion built a little bit on the top in 1 and 2. I felt like 1 and 2 is a little bit better. It's not like a full cushion, but there's like a curb or whatever you want to call it. And I don't know. I feel like it helps the top line a little bit. So that's my only thing. But great racetrack, man. It is probably my favorite at this point, I suppose. So
I agree. It's probably the best in our area. East Tennessee is probably the top track. I think with the bathrooms and with the facilities and the track, and it was a very smooth track. Saturday night, I thought it was kind of one lane a little bit with the passing, but. I was pleased with it.
I felt like when they got the supers out there, it wasn't too bad. The street stocks struggled a little bit, but it's one of those things, man. That track is, when it was long, it was always one lane, and it's definitely better now than it was. And like I said, the first couple races, I was a little curious if they were able to get it tuned in. I think they've got it tuned in. So shout out to all the guys over there at Smoky Mountain Speedway putting in the work. Wish I had your name. Sorry, I don't. But thank you guys out there sweating your butts off, making it better. It really is a good-looking racetrack. Facilities-wise, definitely the best. I like I-75 pretty good, too. I'm not going to hate on I-75. You put them two together. I do like both those tracks extremely well. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, all right, news this week. Junk of the week with JP. Just kidding. Did you watch any Formula One this week? Anything you want to talk about?
There's no Formula One racing until like next week, I think.
Yeah, because they take a month off because they're fake racers. They get like 6-month vacations. Spencer Hughes out in the 19M car. Anybody surprised there a little bit? No, nothing?
Not really.
Okay. What about the fact that Joyner got in it for a weekend? That surprised me pretty good. I don't know about you. I did not have that one on the bingo card for a Joyner to drive anything other than the front car. So, I don't know. They had an okay run. What'd they finish? I can't remember where they finished.
18th or something.
I mean,
I think it was 18th.
Okay, first time out. Made the show. So, you know, it is what it is. Did y'all watch this Ryan Newman, Corey LaJoie situation?
I saw a highlight of it.
I didn't watch the race. I just, you know, Shitty Cooler sponsors Ryan Newman, and that's my highlight sponsor forever and ever. Amen. But I don't know. That is awesome. If I actually was watching the highlights, I was like, I need to find a T-shirt, Ryan Newman, Shitty Coolers, because, you know, that's my thing. But I just really enjoyed that Corey LaJoie's out here wrecking people in a race that don't matter. And I don't know. Y'all think Ryan Newman could beat Corey LaJoie's ass?
Ryan Newman could beat just about anybody's ass, let's be real.
Yeah. I mean, I was just hoping Ryan was going to get out and just grab him by that hair and pop, just one good hit, but he didn't. But I really like this post-retirement Ryan Newman out of NASCAR. I think he's happier. And he's still irritable, clearly, frustrated, but I don't know. It's good to see him out there and doing stuff. I really like watching some of those modified races when I have a chance to. So I thought that was cool, but other than that, Stuart Friesen, basically no news on the waiver. I guess he bowed out. I'm going to go ahead and say it here. Did NASCAR pay him off? Just go ahead and pay him whatever money he was going to get because they didn't want to deal with it.
Who knows? Probably. Could be.
I mean, I heard somewhere, I would like to quote the podcast. I believe it was the Teardown, because I'm trying to quote who it was. Either the Teardown or Denny or one of those that I listened to. I listened to Teardown, Denny, and the NASCAR one, Holler Talk, who can't ever talk right about anything because Nate Ryan apparently don't know nothing. Because Stuart Friesen, when he wrecked, was driving a dirt late model, in case y'all didn't know. He had another one on there this week that I was like, wow, dude, you really just can't do this. This is awful. Like, he just clearly shows he doesn't watch or pay attention. But clearly we get stuff wrong on this podcast, too. It's just that they're paid, so it seems like it should be better. We just do this for fun. But, yeah, I think it was something like $10,000. Or like it was not that much money. The thing that was brought up was that Toyota was kind of wanting him to do it possibly in order to keep out another Ford that ended up sliding in there with him going out. So, thought that was kind of interesting. But I think overall it's probably the right thing for him not to take it, as he's not going to race. If he got paid more, I feel like he should get paid the money for doing the right thing. I wouldn't have a problem with that. So, other than that, Dover for an all-star race. Hell yeah, brother!
Don't even. How can we have a damn all-star race with no lights? You cannot have the all-star race in the middle of the day.
It's gonna be a Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon.
You can't have the all-star race. Has to be at night. I'm sorry.
I mean,
go ahead.
No, y'all go ahead.
I like Dover a lot. But I like it as a points race. Like, go once a year as a points race. That's my take.
I'm with you. And I'm all for Dover getting lights and maybe having a night race. That might be cool. I mean, it's just a big-ass Bristol. That's all it is. But, we can't have the all-star race in the middle of the day. That's just retarded.
Yeah. Man, I'm going to be editing for 4 hours on this podcast. This is what I'd like to say about the Dover thing. So, again, I'm going to quote the Teardown because this is a fan podcast, so we can talk about this stuff. I learned that the reason – I know that they have not had lights for Dover forever, and I've kind of wondered why, because I felt like it'd be kind of a cool track to have lights at. But basically it's because there's an Air Force base there, and they don't want the lights on because I guess it can interfere with the flying, which is interesting.
Thing with Iowa.
Interesting concept, and I don't know. So – the question there is there's also a rumor that they're not going to have a points race at Dover because of this next year. Like, that's kind of the implication that some people are making. Obviously, Wilkesboro gets a points race out of this, which is cool. I'm a fan of Wilkesboro having a points race. I don't know, though. For a track to be on the schedule just for the All-Star race and not have a points race, I don't feel like it was right. That's why I want Wilkesboro to have a points race, I guess, in my family opinion. Here's the deal, though. I'm going to go ahead and say it. They're probably, I think there's talk about the rental lights. They also are like, maybe they're going to rent lights, put it in there, and they feel like Marcus Smith could do that. Whether they do or not, I'm going to go ahead. And this is kind of my hot take segment. Let's go ahead and drop it early. You ready? They just need to go ahead and cancel the Food City 500 and make that the All-Star race and run it on a night. And the All-Star race needs to be in Bristol, Tennessee. And we need to run the night race in Bristol, Tennessee, and that should be it. Both those events will probably be extremely big crowds, I think, if they went to that. And I would like to see the All-Star race go back to like when me and D-Watt were like 16. We went to the All-Star race for the first time because it was cheap. Like $45 a ticket, sell it out, pack it in there, have lots of cool fan experiences. I know that at Bristol you can't necessarily have fans in the infield, just given what's going on. But then again, with the All-Star race, if you don't have any other race there, in theory maybe you could. But I would really like to see them. This is where we're really getting out there on the limb. I would like to see the All-Star race be a full weekend, and I would like to see the Cars Tour and the Modifieds race there with the Cup Series on All-Star Weekend, and probably have the All-Star race either Saturday night or Sunday night. But then you could do like a Cars Tour and Modified doubleheader or something like that. I think that'd be awesome, like Friday night. I think that'd be a great weekend. Good throwback. We talk about the Short Track Nationals. I talked about on here, having that back at Bristol, and I don't know. Obviously, my boy Chase right here, Napa, UniFirst.
He sucks.
He did get a win there in the only All-Star race ever held at Bristol, so he might suck. But they did have underglow, and he did get the win. So, I don't know. That's my personal opinion. Bristol needs the All-Star race. I love Food City. It can be the Food City All-Star race. I shop at Food City every day, don't get me wrong. I was at Food City like literally an hour and a half ago. But, yeah, I think Bristol needs to be the All-Star race and leave Dover alone. And, I mean, do we think – is there a better track that you guys have to recommend for the All-Star race in Bristol? Okay, no, it's the answer.
Not really, no.
No.
So, I mean, I think, go there and do it. I do think nobody has said this. I'm curious if they go to Dover, do they do what they talked about last year and open up the possibilities on the car? Take off the underplate, take off the diffuser, take off the spoiler, give them power, maybe try some of that. And where that's a 1 mile track, maybe that's a place you could try that and not kill anybody, because I mean it's fast, but it's not a mile and a half. Maybe that'll work out, but I don't know. I feel bad for the fans in Dover, Delaware, if they only get an All-Star race, no points race. So that was the problem with Wilkesboro. So just to move the problem down the road, I can't get behind that. I struggle with that concept. So, anyways, that's enough talking about that. JP, I say send the All-Star race to Bristol. And we'll all go together and have a great time. I'd like to see a car store race night before.
Yeah.
I kind of think, hear me out on this, I kind of think I want to see the Modifieds run the actual day of the Cup race. So we would run car store Friday, headline Friday night, like 7 o'clock start, run, 150, 100? I don't know what the car store run, 150, 125. You could even take both divisions, run them both on Friday if you wanted to, and then run the Modifieds with the Cup race and go to more like a local track schedule. Roll in at 12 o'clock, start practicing, qualify, have your open, have your feature for between the open and the All-Star race for the Modifieds. Make it a quick one if you wanted to, 50 laps or something like that. And I think that'd be awesome myself. For the fan experience, I think that'd be a sellout weekend back for the first weekend at Bristol, which is something they haven't had because there's nothing worth going up there to camp for. Sorry. I mean, I love it, but there haven't been campers this spring, right? D-Watt, you've been there with me, right? I'm not missing anything. So that's my suggestion, Marcus Smith. We'll take free tickets and a suite for sure. We'll pub it for you. You heard it here first. I think it's a great idea. So just consider it from a good old Tennessee boy. All right, anyways, moving on into the dirt racing, where we kind of belong. Lucas Oil, we'll start there. They had a real short weekend. They only were at Friday and Saturday at Batesville, Arkansas, and Topless 100 had twin 6K races on Friday night. Finish up with a feature on Saturday of 100 laps and 500 caution laps. So, D-Watt, I'll let you take it. You got to watch it on the way home from Smoky Mountain.
Saturday night I watched it on the way home. I won't say how I watched it, but I was keeping up with it on.
Listened to it on the way home.
There we go. I listened to it, which I did. I listened to it on the way home. Yeah. And watched a little bit. But anyways, my take on some of the race was, so I thought it was good. Great track. I like it. It's fast. I just feel like 100 laps is a little much for they were paying to win. So on the pole was JD, and then next to him was Shepard. JD, I think I missed the first little bit of it, but then the parts I was watching, JD took the lead from Shepard because because he had a flat tire, so then he was out. So that was kind of the start of the flat tire caution flags as they were started to come out after that. So JD got the lead. He took off. He was gone for a while. Madden got to second there at some point and was really coming along. And that's when I was thinking, okay, here we go. Now we got a race. But just, you name it, cautions just we kept coming out over and over again. So, and as a fan, I just don't like to see that. I want to see these guys, race and throw some sliders, clean sliders, unlike what we saw with Dillard and Albertson. And then on Friday night, they had some more guys were flipping, and so it was quite the weekend. But back to the whole deal with Albertson. He threw it in there, and Dillard just, I guess, wasn't going to cut a break or didn't want to cross them up like we see a lot of other guys do. We see it every week. We see it every week, which I feel like it's been pretty common the last few weeks that we've been talking about the sliders on here, but I'm not trying to be just, go on and on about it, but we've seen guys throw good ones, and we've seen guys not throw good ones. So that was an example of, it was clean, I thought, and then Dillard just stayed in the gas. And
hold on, JP.
Hold on, JP. And I'll let you go. But anyway, so I picked I picked the winner in that one, so I got JD as the win, so that worked out good. So glad he got the win. Good to see him win. Yeah. And that car looked really good he was in. I like the black and green. Good to see that. But yeah, just other than that, just a lot of flat tires, and glad to see JD get the win.
Yeah, so interestingly enough, I'd just like to point out two things on the tires. First of all, from like lap 37 to lap 60, it was like caution every 2 laps. It was pretty bad. And then there was guys pitting that didn't have flats that thought they had flats, and I guess in Lucas you can't change tire. I mean, without having a flat. So that sucks. In a 100-lap race, I think you should be allowed to change tires and go to the back if you want to. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. I don't care. They're racing for enough money. If they want to buy the damn tires, let them buy tires. That's my opinion. Sorry if nobody likes it. It is what it is. It ain't my money. I'm a fan, so that's my opinion. But so just kind of set back up the Dillard thing, because JP is just, I can tell he's chomping at the bit. JP didn't get to be on here last week because we ran a day late. He had a hot date night, so he didn't get to talk about Bobby and Davenport, but he was pretty much agreed with us on that one. But now he's telling us that he's dumb because he doesn't know that these two are the same thing. So, anyways, Friday night, Dillard and Albertson got together, as D-Watt described there. Just remember, going into this, they had some history at Cedar Lake, 3 weeks ago? And then Cedar Lake. And then where was it that Albertson also wrecked? Was it at that Ryan Tim? Is it right? No, Jake Tim. Whichever one drives that 49 Gorilla car. Firecracker or something like that. Yeah, they wrecked him in that dash when you were at my house, JP. Remember we were playing Rook, and he wrecked him in that dash, kind of same thing. And that was what Dillard was pointing out. But anyway, so Dillard just hammered down straight into the back of the 58 car, flipped him. I mean, it was a pretty sketchy looking wreck with him in the air, and I'm pretty sure he was still wide open. JP, did you feel like that was a clean move by Albertson, clean move by Dillard, just a racing deal, or what?
I mean, so D-Watt, I know you don't have any of the iRacing equipment here at your
I got my steering wheel, for those of you watching the video.
You can see Casper, the host. Mine's over here next to me on my rig. K. Dillard must have thought he was sitting on an iRacing simulator, because he was driving like all the dumbasses on there, dude. I mean, he just never lifted. That was about the cleanest slider you could throw. Yeah. There was like 5 miles. He could have easily burped the throttle a little bit, gone under, and blown by him on the backstretch. But no, he just said, you know what, I'm going to end my night and my weekend and destroy your race car. Because why not? Because I'm a little... That's what he said.
K. Dillard, if you need his address, hit me up. K. Dillard is no longer on X. Y'all ran him off. Yeah. That's a shame.
I mean, as he should be. He ought to sell out all his damn late model stuff and just stick to the modifieds after that. I mean, honestly.
Oh, man, you're never got to worry about JP having a cold take. I like that. That's a solid point. So here's what I will say, because I went back and watched this again today, because I know that we had already kind of texted our group text, and I had an opinion that this was fairly similar to the Davenport and Bobby Pierce deal. Now, here's the difference. When Davenport got in the back of the 32, he lifted. That's the difference. Davenport did get back into Bobby's rear end pretty hard after he slid in front of him, but he did lift out of that and not cause him to wreck. Dillard was like, nope, we're done. We'll jump 2 race cars.
Never left the floorboard.
Yeah. The wreck was pretty spectacular. ended up Albertson headed into the wall, went flying up in the air, and Dillon was like kind of locked in his car because of how hard he got up under the axle there or whatever, and just kind of ugly deal. But I understand his frustration, so I would like to point that out. I do understand his frustration to intentionally wreck somebody, which is pretty much what he did. Just to cover that, is not really okay. When you get out of the car and you're like, well, I hope his is going to the jig, and if I see him again, I'm going to do it again. Very dangerous kinds of things, and nobody wants anybody to get hurt. There's also, but obviously we had a lot of rough driving incidents here lately across the board, Midwest, South, everywhere, right? So that's fresh on everybody's mind. Now, this is the one thing I would like to say as far as the actual slide job and racing goes. Slide job's been a hot topic. What's okay, what's not okay. So, again, we have to just to clarify, the only steering wheel I ever hold is this one right here for iRacing and the one in the Chevy pickup truck in the driveway. And there's a Hummer, too, and a Honda. But anyways, so I'd just like to point out, I don't drive race cars currently. Hopefully one day, maybe, but doubt it. But what I'd like to point out is it really the leader's responsibility to lift? Like, I struggle with this concept that, like, somebody can kamikaze dive bomb under you and pass me, debatably not really clearing me, and then it's my responsibility to slow down and let them be in front of me. Like, do you understand that that's like a little bit of like a logical fallacy? Like, it don't quite make sense. Do you want?
Yeah, it's like if you're in second, it's to your advantage because you can sling it in there and expect the leader to lift and cross you up in theory. Because if you don't lift, then that's when you're gonna have you quite the situation. So my take on it is I saw. It was Pierce and Shirley. They were throwing clean. I mean, it was perfect. They were clearing each other, and they were racing, and they were passing, and they weren't just exchanging the slide jobs. I thought it was for like maybe 5 laps or so. They were really getting after it, and they gave each other room, and it was really good. So I just like to. It's tough because if you're the leader, it's really unfair, but it's just part of it. You just got to be able to adjust to their move and make the best of it.
JP,
I got
crazy?
The solution.
Okay, let's hear it.
So I get what you're saying, right? It's weird that the leader has to lift, but in that situation, especially with the one that Albertson threw and Dillard just didn't lift, Dillard could have lifted, turned under him, and easily blew his door off going down the straightaway. Okay? He could have. Yeah. Right.
In theory.
Maybe 7 out of 10 sliders that the leader can do that.
Yeah.
The slider doesn't always work, okay? But also, I have a solution to the sliders here. Just give everybody a mirror and a spotter and just let them rip it.
So, I actually agree with the spotter. I feel like if you had a spotter back there, you might would drive, and people, I mean, this is bad. Like, this is next-gen bad. But you might drive a little bit more defensive, right? Like, Dillard might have run more of a line to cut that off. Guys do that sometimes on the last lap or right after a restart, possibly knowing that one's coming. They kind of take the slide themselves, right? Like we hear that terminology used, and he had the opportunity to do that, didn't. I don't know. I'm just trying to say that I understand his frustration for sure, and like maybe that's something they need to go back and look at. And I actually like JP's point about spotters. I had this thought myself as well. Like they could add a spotter or a mirror, both. I feel like mirrors would be extremely hard on the dirt just because of vibrations. You know, like every once in a while in a NASCAR asphalt race here I'm talking about, I can't see the mirror just because of vibrations. I'd imagine on a dirt track it's not going to be very smooth, so it might be kind of hard to actually keep up with that. But and plus, spoiler and all that's kind of in the way. So if they did a mirror, they really would have to put it, I mean, just thinking out loud here, we'd probably have to slap these mirrors down, driver left.
Yeah, on the
like hanging out the door.
There. Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd be okay with the spotter. At least try it. This is one of those things that like somebody that has a one-off event, try it. See what happens. I know it's expensive, but it ain't that expensive. Hell, I got a headset right here. I'll spot for whoever except for K. Dillard. I don't know. I just want to say I hear K. Dillard's point. The sliders have been a big talking point. Clearly, I don't know if y'all seen the TikTok, but we really got him fired up last week. The Bobby Pierce fans were out in full. There wasn't a lot of Davenport fans. One thing, too, Kenny Wallace, I think, had a really good take on this, kind of talking about Davenport's background versus Pierce's background. Pierce being from, Midwest, and, like, that's all they do out there in Illinois and Iowa is throw sliders every race. Like, you watch them every weekend, doesn't matter. You grow up on these red clay, sometimes locked down one line tracks. It's not the same. Definitely don't do that on concrete. So, Davenport's background's a little bit different. Dillard is probably a little bit more towards Davenport's too, right? If you think about it. So, kind of some of the same. And then, I don't know. I feel like the situation's pretty same, but I hate to see guys like who are running first and second wreck each other. Just trying to race, man. Both of them just trying to win the race. You know what I mean? Like, nobody has any bad intentions there, in my opinion. So, hate what happened. We'll see what happens going forward. K. Dillard apparently, the scuttlebutt on X, because we're fans and we get to talk about this crap, is, that he was asked to leave, right? Like, there's multiple people reported that. He wasn't there. Pretty notable that he wasn't there. Had different reporters mention that. Obviously, you noticed he wasn't there. So, hate that for him, and see what happens with Cade going forwards. But, anyways, all right, moving on. World Outlaw had a big week. I'm going to wrap this up real quick. None of us really got too much chance to watch a lot of World Outlaws. I watched a little bit Thursday night there at Spoon River. But Wednesday night, they went to Highland Speedway. Bobby Pierce, fast qualifier, 31 cars show up. Tanner English comes out with the win. So, it's really funny. I saw Tanner English on TikTok, like, changing a motor in their car going out there. I was like, he's had as dumb as this sounds, like, he's had a good year because he's been quiet. He hadn't won a lot, but he hadn't been bad, but he's made a lot of features and had a really good year out there, in my opinion, on the World Outlaws Tour. I like to see that. Told D Watt, if they can keep a car under him, I think he's a pretty good driver. We talked about that on Saturday night, too. So, good to see him get the win. Other than that, Spoon River on Thursday. Boy, is that not the fastest track they got out west?
I love it.
Good God, that thing is like 7 wide with Tazewell banking. I was like, damn. Also, one thing I noticed is that only 25 cars show up for that banking, and I was like, yep, that sounds about right. So, happens, but Bobby Pierce goes on and gets the win. Nobody cares. He pretty much dominated, would be my assumption on that. And then they get rained out Friday at Moquetta, or however you say it. I don't want to sound like an idiot on the internet. I do that enough without trying to pronounce names. But they got rained out Friday. Come out for the Hawkeye 100, running against the Topless 100, which we'll talk about that here in a minute. Bobby Pierce gets the win. Hoffman was on the pole, finished third. Bobby's out here dominating World Outlaws. Just kind of wrap up. Lucas versus World Outlaws. We kind of talked about on the show last week. JP wasn't here. We're pretty much in agreement that top to bottom, Lucas is better. But in my opinion, Bobby is the number one driver right now, and just nobody's quite there. JP, do you have any differences in that opinion you need to feel the need to speak on? Okay, I figured not. But online, people agreed with us. We'd like to talk to this one idiot, and I can't remember his name. Sorry, but you tried to tell me that, like, I think I mentioned that Bobby Pierce had like 4 race wins and 12 Lucas races or something like that. And he was like, no, he has 3 and 39. So he didn't count a prelim win at Florence, which is fine if we want to count prelims. So we take them out of the equation. And then he's down to like 11. So he's won 3 out of 11. That's a pretty damn good win percentage last I checked, JP. Has Davenport won 3 out of 11 on Lucas Tour this year?
No.
Okay, has RTJ?
No.
Okay, has Moran?
No.
Okay, so that's a pretty good percentage, right? And I mean, and we're talking about big races with other good guys from World Outlaws showing up too. So I don't know why that guy felt the need to just try to hammer that point on me. Like, no, he's won 3 out of 39. It ain't that good. No, you don't count if you didn't show up. Sorry, brother. Like, I mean, Corey Hedgecock's 1-for-1 in the Southern Thunder Dirt Series. Maybe now is that his first race with them this year? I
think so.
He might have run Clarksville earlier in the year, maybe, but. It's pretty much like that's pretty good, right? I don't know. If he goes over there and wins that many races with that many good cars there, I think that's pretty good. I don't even like the guy. I hate him, really. Bobby, if you listen to this somehow on TikTok, I seen you over there flirting, but I don't like you, but you're better than Davenport, who I'm a fan of. So keep it up. All right, moving on. We already did the sliders revisited pretty much. We got that talk out of the way. So I think we're pretty good. Other dirt-wise, not a whole lot going on. One thing I want to talk about is, like, this Hawkeye 100 versus Topless 100. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. These guys have got to get together on these schedules, man. Like, Topless, I guess this is my first question we'll pose. Should the Topless be considered a crown jewel? Do you want – let's let JP go first. JP, do you think the Topless should be a crown jewel event?
I think it should. It's a cool event. They run – cars different than they do all year. They just need to put more money into it and make a bigger deal out of it.
You like the Topless cars. You think they should stick with it? You think they
do.
Do you think they look good?
I love them.
Do you have any problems with the current rules package for the topless cars?
No.
Okay. What about you? How do you feel about topless cars? And is this a Crown Jewel event, or is this just like a Marquis Lucas event?
It's a Marquis Lucas event. I think it looks cool. As a fan, it's cool, but yeah, just do it once a year like to do, but yeah, for me it's cool, but that's about all I got on that. It's nothing. This shouldn't be a Crown Jewel, I don't think.
I got a feeling I know what you're about to say.
You probably do. I have two opinions. This race should be in October, and it should be a breast cancer awareness race, first of all, and we should definitely do some stuff with pink. I think that would be really appropriate. Topless, everybody's out here online trying to act like they're talking about boobies, so clearly they're not, but I mean, I don't know if y'all seen X, but people are trying to make jokes, and I think it'd be a good time. You know, they used to do that, I believe, at 411, if I'm not mistaken. They did like topless for the Tatas or something like that. I know that sounds dumb, sorry, but that's just what they called it. And I liked it. It was a breast cancer awareness event, and I think it'd be a good chance for the community to give back in that way. So I'd like to see that if they could move it into October somehow. They're also out there for cotton picking, so it would make sense to kind of do those back-to-back weekends. They're kind of already out there. But anyways, I like it. I have one problem. JP, do you know what the problem is?
I know exactly what you're going to say.
The roof supports have effing got to go. If you're going to run a topless car, make it look topless. And I don't care. I just said I wish they had access to sets of tires. You're on the Lucas Oil late model tour. If you can't afford to cut that thing off and weld it back on, I don't care. Figure it out. Okay?
Hey, I was actually wrong. You did not say what I think you were going to say.
I'm okay with the topless car thing. I like it. I think it's special, big deal. I wish that they wouldn't run against it. Or maybe this could be the event that somehow they run together. I don't know. I think it is cool and different. And at the end of the day, it doesn't seem like it really affects the handling all that much on the cars. The other thing that JP might be thinking is that some of these cars have roofs, even though they're not supposed to.
That's what I figured you were going to say.
The topless outlaws, which we discuss on here, this is a constant issue that me and JP have talked about over the years. They put those small roof panels in just over the halo.
And you're a hater.
I am a hater, straight up. Ronnie Johnson, one of my favorite drivers out there, he ran that like first year they did it. Yeah. He had the thing on there. He's one of the ones that did. I think a lot of them have gone to it. I've kind of come around that if that's for safety, I'm okay with it.
I 100% say that is for safety.
So let me ask you this. If it's for safety, can we run Lexan so it's clear so we can still see the helmet and the driver and all that?
Whatever. If you want to make that a rule, you can, but you see how some of these boys are in their cars, and you see that top of that helmet sticking out a little bit.
I don't want to see that. And I shouldn't see that regardless either way, right? Like that shouldn't be a thing. So for the safety aspect, I don't hate on that anymore like I used to because I understand safety matters. Could we do like clear or something? Could we try something different, you know? Do you remember the first time that we went to 411 back in the day and they had that, it was called like Topless Modified. Do you remember this division? Oh. And they had that dude that ran the open-faced helmet. This is like the first hangover we went to. I'm talking like 2011, 2012. And it was basically an A-Hobby class with no fenders and no roof. Like it was an A-Hobby like late model but on truck suspension, you know, street stock suspension or whatever. They had that guy up there and he ran that thing. He had like it was a red, white, and blue car. Open face helmet, long ass beard coming out from under the helmet. It was awesome. I love that. But the topless thing, I hope they have a best appearing car thing. Like we have that topless late model series. You got guys like Chase King. He wears the Tennessee helmet. It matches the car. When the decks don't match, it pisses me off at this race. Davenport's car looked pretty good. I like the green change, the green and black.
It would have been so much better if he'd had a green spoiler.
It would have. I actually agree with that. I saw that as well. So I don't know. One thing we did run over there, Mikey Marlar put out a new Infinity this week, a new Infinity chassis for the Mikey Marlar team. All black. I don't know if y'all caught that, but it was all black this week. So I don't know if Infinity was like, hey, put that Longhorn away. We'll give you another one. Dang it. But Mikey was back to that. So congratulations to him. I'm going to have to buy some more Mike Marlar shirts. For whatever reason, I'm a Mike Marlar fan, but Davenport's my number one. I guess Owens is my number two, but I always end up with more Mike Marlar shirts than anything for some reason. I don't know. It just how it works out. But anyways, I thought it was a great weekend, and I'd like to see more cars there. Unfortunately, there's like 50, which is cool, but I just kind of hate that Lucas runs against that. I would like to see these guys work on like what are your events, and let's not run against each other, and maybe shorten the schedules up a little bit. I don't think you have to have it where somebody can run both tours. That's probably never going to happen. If I'm being realistic, I would like to see that as a possibility, but it's probably not. So, but yeah, other than that, I guess that about does it for dirt. One thing I'm just going to tell you ahead of time, because this just hit my mind. I thought about this today. Later, when we start getting out of race season a little bit, I want you guys to start thinking now. Like, build in your mind an elite schedule that somebody like a Kyle Larson would retire from NASCAR, retire from dirt racing, and go run and say, I'm going to run all these events. Like, it can be anything. And try to do all the big events one year instead of trying to run points or something like that. Just see what I'm saying? Like, that'd be cool. Like, what would you pick? So, we'll get to that later. But, anywho, I guess that about does it for dirt. This weekend, World Outlaws at Arrowhead with the Comp Cam series. Just Comp Cams Thursday, and then World Outlaws is Friday and Saturday night, 12K and 20K on Saturday. Lucas Oil Late Models rolling to Port Royal Speedway, and it's 50K on Saturday, which I thought, don't they usually run Port Royal on Sunday? I was kind of surprised to see that. I thought it was usually a Sunday afternoon kind of race. But, so yeah, big money up there for Lucas in Pennsylvania. Arrowhead is out there in Oklahoma. Cool to see World Outlaws and Comp Cams kind of get together. I know Comp Cams has had a little bit of a relationship with like MLRA and Lucas in the past, and I guess they do a little bit with Lucas now. So good to see them kind of getting together to do that. Hopefully that'll be a good event. Other than that, in our area, Hunt Front Saturday at the North Georgia Speedway. I'm sure none of y'all will be there. Just kidding. You might. I don't know. I might. We'll see.
Come on.
I have to come
down.
home if I do, because it's just going to be me and Logan. That's kind of a problem. But Southern All-Stars is going to be at Lake Cumberland, and the Southern Thunder, which me and you just went to see, will be at Tri-County on Friday. I think they're running a little bit before Hunt the Front. You know, they got the Hunt the Front TV package for them Southern Thunder, so makes a little bit of sense. 5K. Looked like Corey was just going to be going to North Georgia. He said something about the R word, and I was like, why would you mention that on Facebook? And I was like, oh, you're talking about the 4-letter R word, not the 6-letter R word. I understand. But so he'll be there. Hopefully Michael Page will be in attendance down there in Georgia, so maybe them two can butt heads. North Georgia can be a little bit of a beating and banging kind of track, right? We've seen it down there. Old Smokey Madden and Billy Ogle Jr. got into it. We've seen Davenport get into it with who did he get? There was one time we were down there.
Was it Madden?
I think it was Madden. I want to say that, but Madden also got into it with Billy Ogle there once too. So yeah, I mean, it's a good little track. Fast, third mile. Red clay. Y'all go down there, get you a fence spot. The original tier parking for us. We had a great time down there. Pro tip: are y'all going? Do you want me to get this pro tip away? Get your tier spot in turn 4 if you can. That's where you want to be. Yeah. Booger Brooks will be there, probably. Maybe. Throw something out there. We'll see what happens.
Is he running topless this year still?
I don't know.
I think about Snowy. Are they at Snowy this weekend?
Topless.
I'll probably be there.
No, I think they're next week. I don't know. I looked at the schedule. Hold on, I got the schedule right here.
It might be next week.
I can tell you, they are going there for sure coming up. Let's see. This weekend, topless. Yeah, yes, they are. Sonoa, however you say it. So, okay. Yeah, I guess he'll be down there. Good call. Good catch. Okay. So, yeah, not a whole lot else going on. You got Atomic, you got the Ultimate and the Iron Man joint deal. Yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Not a lot in our area, but that's good. Car count's probably up. We never talked about who won Richmond on Saturday. Did it get rained out? Anybody see?
I didn't hear, honestly. I did not hear a winner.
Let's see. Josh Rice, big shot there. Josh Rice got the win. I meant to put that in the notes, but Josh Rice got the win. They had 33 cars. Cameron Marlar was fast time. It was Josh Rice, Michael Chilton, Cameron Marlar, Justin Ratliff, Devin Gilpin. So it was all that, that group from up there. Jason Jameson, Adam Stricker, everybody from that area. So I'd like to make it up there someday too, but it just wasn't in the cards this time. So anyways, moving on to NASCAR. NASCAR went to the Richmond Raceway, Richmond International, whatever the crap they call it, the action track. Truck race Friday night. I'll cover that, I suppose. I know this is going to be a shock for you all, but Corey Heim was on the pole. Tom Majeski actually dominates this race, though, basically, and then it kind of gets away from him, unfortunately.
Man, thank God the news came out today.
Hold on a minute. Now, we need to clear that up. So, stage 3, you get out here. There's a little bit of pit strategy going on. Tom Majeski's leading, kind of running out, because he kind of took his tires early. Tire wear mattered at Richmond this weekend. He took his tires early, so he's running out a little bit. And what JP's referring to is the soon-to-be retiring Matt Crafton spins underneath the 98, his teammate, and wipes them out. I don't know, it's like 40 laps to go, 50 laps to go, something like that. And, ends up kind of screwing Ty, but also kind of helping Ty, actually, because he really, I mean, he went in pit and came out like 4th or 5th for the restart, but with fresh tires. I also went straight to X like probably 5 million other people, including JP, did, and was like, Crafton needs to hang it up. Love Matt Crafton, but it's time. Go run some modifieds. We'll watch you race up here, run a late model, run a modified, whatever. Me and D-Watt seen him run up there at Florence. So,
and we also saw him at Bristol.
Yeah, and I think he was also at Volusia when me and you went, maybe.
Yes, he was. He was.
But yeah, I don't know. So we'll see what happens. I hate to see that. On this particular incident, though, there was oil on the track. Is why he wrecked. You went back and you watched it and you saw the 44, 45 or whatever it was hit pit 41 hit pit road with smoke, and there was oil on the track, and that is what caused him to wreck. You go back and watch it. So that wasn't really his fault. So I feel a little bit bad that I was part of the outrage that made him retire, but also like I hate to see him run as bad as he's run. Me and D-Watt, I mean, do you remember we used to watch him when we were like 13, 14, 15, tearing him up.
Dominate. Yeah.
So
I mean. I think I heard something or saw something that his last win was in like 2020.
Yeah, it's been a while for sure. And same team, he stuck with ThorSport, I guess, the whole time, which is cool. And
23 years, I think, is what it was.
What's Menards gonna do? I mean, just sponsor Ryan Blaney? I mean,
I guess
Ryan Blaney sucks too. He probably should hang it up, honestly, if you ask me. So.
Yeah, he really should.
Sorry, D-Watt. But yeah, anyway, so we go on in this thing, and Heim ends up getting the lead after that and running away from him. Unfortunately, Majeski just didn't quite have enough to get back up there. And Heim ends up winning over Majeski and Lane Riggs. I felt like, so Majeski had to race Lane Riggs and Ruggiero, 17. What's his first name?
Gio
Ruggiero, that's it.
Gio, yep.
Had to race him a little bit, and I felt like he just burned up too many laps. I felt like he would have got back to the 11 and would have passed him, but he just burned up too many laps behind the 17. It's unfortunate, but, you know, Corey Himes had a few go away from him, so it felt good that he kind of got one back. You know what I mean? As far as I was concerned. It's time yet again. Playoffs are locked up here for the Truck Series, right? So I guess my question for y'all, obviously Corey Himes' favorite. Yeah. We don't even need to really talk about that. So my questions are, one, does he win the championship, yay or nay?
No.
He won't?
I hate to just say, oh, yeah, he'll win it because that's an easy pick, but
it's not. This isn't a pick. This is just a discussion. So
okay, I say no, he won't win.
Okay. I was gonna go no, but since y'all both said it, I might as well just go with it. I mean, I also don't think he's gonna win. I think he's gonna fumble this bad probably in the last race, and then I think NASCAR's going to have to face this whole playoff thing they've got themselves into. I think he's going to win more races between now and then, but I really think we're going to get down there, and I think somebody else is going to get it. So what I'd like to do here is we wrap up the trucks is let's go ahead and make our championship picks as they are in the playoffs. Your 8 drivers are Corey Heim, Lane Riggs, Chandler Smith, Daniel Hemrick, Tyler Ankrum, Tom Majeski, Grant Enfinger, Rajah Ruth. Honestly, Corey Heim is the favorite, 7 race wins. At this point, if he doesn't win, I think it'd be a shame. So we'll go ahead and make a pick. This is not going to count towards anything. This is just for shots and goggles. So D-Watt, you go first. Who are you going to pick?
Okay. Give me Ty Majeski.
Interesting. I like the positivity, but ain't gonna happen. All right, JP, I'll let you go.
Give me the Lane train, baby.
The Lane train.
I like that.
See, if I was D-Watt right now, I'd definitely pick Corey Heim, but give me Daniel.
Too bad
Hemrick.
your real pick isn't even in the playoffs.
I'm going for Daniel Hemrick in the 19. Hey, listen, today's Monday.
Mr. Tyler Ankrum's going to win the championship. What a loser.
Hey, Tyler Ankrum is in the playoffs, just for the record. Yes, he is 5th, so you better zip it. I originally picked Tyler Ankrum right off the rip. JP thought I was on crack. But I'm going to go with Daniel Hemrick. I'm going to switch it up. I should stick with my go-to, so there's probably a lock. Anybody wants to go bet some money on Tyler Ankrum, now is probably your time. But I'm going to go switch up to 19, Daniel Hemrick, to get it done. Corey Heim, I think, is going to be the leader, and I think he's going to blow a tire at Phoenix and lose the race. Hate to say that. Sorry, Corey. But anyways, all right, moving on. Cup race. Me and D-Watt were hanging out at Smoky Mountain Speedway. So, JP, you're up. Tell us what happened, big dog.
So, we had Priest starting out on the pole. It was great to see him starting from the pole there. Stage 1, he and I don't remember exactly who else it was. Was it the Busher and him? And there were a couple cars that stayed out and didn't pit. And I was actually pretty it's kind of interesting to see how far they did not fall back. I think stage 1 finished like 15th. So I thought that the tires were going to fall off worse than they did, but at the end of the first stage, Tyler Reddick and Bubba Wallace ended up getting the top 2 there, and then Denny, Dillon, Cindric, and Bell, and the beginning of the race, I definitely thought that the 2311 cars were absolutely smoking everybody. I don't know what they hit on the setup to make them go just right, but they were, until they weren't. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Then, a little later down the race, those 2311 cars that were doing great, the one that won the first stage, Tyler Reddick, got screwed. Old Daniel Suarez said sayonara to the 54 and sent the 54 into the 45. And absolutely just ruined Reddick's car pretty much.
He's still mad about getting fired.
Yeah, I guess.
That's his last shot at Gibbs for the rest of his career.
Yeah, and then after that, Tyler Reddick's race was pretty much, his car wasn't good after that. Mm-hmm. And then later on in that stage 2, they had the 51 spun by himself, I think. Or did he have help? I don't remember.
He can't drive. He's probably trying to wreck somebody. No, he was trying to wreck somebody, right? Or was that the week before?
That was last week.
He tried to wreck somebody a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And missed. What a loser. Anyways, all right, sorry.
And then we had the big one. Kyle Busch just needs to retire. I don't even know what to tell you after that. You come from last year when you have your teammate with like the most dominant. For some reason, Austin Dillon, when he goes to Richmond, Virginia, he's just the greatest damn driver in the world, apparently. But I don't know. That whole situation was bad off of turn 2, and then they all just.
Was he mad about something, or just was there any backstory to?
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
No, so from what I watched, it honestly to me looked like the 19 just like parked it, but he probably had to. So I don't know if this was a spotter or not. You know how it gets in these short tracks and these cars, they can't see forward, so it's like you got to have the spotter kind of call bunching, and then I don't know. I don't think it was intentional. It didn't sound like, but.
And then Chase thought he got through it.
Oh yeah.
And sure did not.
If he get that Unifirst off his freaking car and put some Alsco or something up there, he'd probably do better. Unifirst is garbage, Centos is garbage, and Vestas is garbage too. So I suggest you get some Alsco sponsorship. Maybe you do better. Although sometimes I've heard they don't like to spend a lot of money, so we'll see what happens. But that's my suggestion.
That wreck took Chase, and I think Haley they were both done after that completely.
Yeah.
The thing about people, with Busch and Elliott there, like, it was such a weird situation. Like, the wreck was still kind of going on, kind of not. Chase came to it late and got through the big part of the wreck and was kind of hauling ass compared to everybody else, and I don't know if Busch's spotter didn't say he was down there or what, but he hooked him straight in the wall. Ended up getting Byron some damage too, who actually looked pretty good in the race, but after that he wasn't super great. Then the last stage, Dillon and Blaney were absolutely racing the shit out of each other for a little bit, and it was very impressive. It was not the racing that we have seen on a short track with these next-gen cars, and it was very good in my opinion. They were battling super hard. In the end, Dillon kind of just whooped them. Blaney didn't have anything for him, and he didn't have to wreck anybody this time.
Stop it. Well, it was a good race from what I could tell. I listened to the end of it on the radio. Bowman tried to make a run, cooked the tires.
Yeah.
Then about the 33 car, said 33 car parked in front of him. Alex Bowman, don't be an idiot.
Yeah.
I don't think after last year's circumstances, Richard Childress Racing would have risked any kind of penalty as far as the playoff situation goes. I'd just like to say this is my favorite win of the year so far. Austin Dillon told NASCAR where to go, and I'm proud of him for getting it done. I do question like how this car is legal, because he is not a fast driver really ever anywhere except for apparently at Richmond. So
Yeah.
hate that for him, but I don't know. It's good to see the 3 car in victory lane, led 100 laps, 107. So that's that means the car's good, right? Like, you don't lead 107 laps with a slow race car these days. So congratulations to him on that. Credit where credit's due. I don't understand how Kyle Busch wasn't faster. You feel like it should have been around the same setup. I guess that this track must just fit Austin's driving style really well. And some guys, that happens from time to time. To tire wear, from what I can tell, highlights and listen to radio, tire wear was relevant, which is good.
Yeah.
One of the things that I noticed when I was looking through the rundown here, there was only 13 cars on the lead lap, and that is, traditional. Back in the day when I used to clip the newspaper out every race out of the News Observer, that's more like what it would look like after Bristol, Martinsville, Richmond, right? And I've always had a weird thing with Richmond. I've always kind of liked it, kind of not liked it. I don't know. It's just always been a weird race to me for some reason. I don't know, but good to see it in there. One thing I want to point out, from what I've seen on the internet, some people think SVG might have figured it out a little bit at the short tracks. He was the top lap down car, finishing 14th. And
he was also the only one. This was weird because Denny mentioned it in his podcast today too.
Okay.
SVG was the only person running the top. He was running the fence. It's the weirdest shit you ever see because nobody runs there at Richmond anymore.
I didn't get to watch because we were watching a real race, but not with next gen cars. So, unfortunately, but if SVG were to ever figure it out,
they're screwed.
It's over. Somebody tweet, I think it was Corey LaJoy, put the thing like, "Oh my God, Happy learned how to putt," talking about Happy Gilmore. That would be bad time for everybody if SVG could figure out short tracks and ovals, right? So we'll see what happens there. But I don't know. Overall, going into Daytona next week, big time racing. Tyler Reddick, all of a sudden, is kind of back in it here on the playoff bubble per se. We really thought he was in, but now he's just not. So, and I don't know. What do y'all think is going to happen?
Here's what can happen. I think mathematically, Cody Ware could go out and win, and if Tyler Reddick sucks and wrecks in the first stage, Tyler Reddick could be out of the playoffs, and Cody Ware could be in.
Yeah, that's one of those things. I'm glad to know you listened to some podcasts this week, but go ahead. Do you want?
Well, it'd be cool, if they get some kind of new winner. I'd like to see a new winner, and that would really spice things up a little bit. And I think it'd be cool to see a new winner. I like that, and just puts a little more drama into the cutoff that next week.
Yeah. So for this one, Reddick's got a 29-point lead on Bowman, right? Pretty much, he's just got to finish in front of Bowman. As long as he finishes in front of Bowman, he's good. That's just pretty much how the points work out. I guess, my thing is, this is your list of possible new winners right outside. And just go over this list. Any of these guys have been up there and close, right? Chris Buescher, Ryan Preece, Kyle Busch, Ty Gibbs, Allmendinger. I'm surprised he's that high. He's probably would be a surprise. Keselowski, Hosfar, McDowell, Eric Jones, Nemechek, Zane Smith, Ricky Stenhouse, Daniel Suarez, who we knows how to run on a plate track. Justin Haley, who also has won at Daytona and can drive on a plate track. Todd Gilliland.
He won at Daytona because of some rain. Don't even.
I understand that, but he has been up there since then, though, at plate tracks. I was there when he won. I know. Trust me. I know about the rain. Okay, I was there. Todd Gilliland, he's 31st in points. He could win a plate race. As dumb as that sounds, okay? This whole list, Riley Herbst, probably not, because they haven't shown any speed, but hey, it's a plate race. Anything can happen. Yeah. It's not just Cody Ware. Yeah, Cody Ware's the last one in points, but Noah Gragson, unfortunately, really disappointing season for them. He could come out here and completely turn it around. All those guys, that whole list I just listed off, all those guys, this is their season right here, right? This is their only chance. So who goes out there and does it? Let me ask you this. Is Carson Hocevar going to make any attempts to not make a move this entire race for 400 miles?
He might.
A hole,
if he makes it to the first green checkered flag, I'll be surprised. Honestly.
And so that's another thing too. Back to Reddick Bowman, so is Reddick racing for stage points here? Stage 1, stage 2, and then you're
that would be my if I was the crew chief or team owner. That's what I'd be telling them to do.
Because, we could do one of those things here. Sometimes we've done it at these plate tracks where guys have kind of tried to flip it if the tire wear's really irrelevant. You've seen that happens, with the fuel savings and all that. So we'll see what happens. But I don't know. I like the idea of another winner, but also Bowman or Reddick could win this race too, right? there's 30 cars probably going to show up at the racetrack that can win this race on Saturday, which is wild, but that's just the next-gen era. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I guess that's about all we got in the NASCAR world. They're going to shut it down. Somebody's going to get in the playoffs. Somebody's going to miss. Unfortunately, we can't get everybody in I'd like to see, because I'd like to see Hocevar, Busch, Priest. Those are 3 that I would like, if I could pick. That's what I'd pick to win. Eric Jones, John Hunter, and Nemechek. Either of them could win. Zane Smith's been good at these daggone plate tracks this year, too. So we'll see what happens. But that does leave us to the most important time of the day. It's time for picks, boys. Ewok took the win last week with that fast 49.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations. I see you got the hat. That's cute. And the Bass Pro Shops hat. You're about as bad as me, just wearing winners. So, congratulations on that. Also, I see a Titans flag up there in the back on that pennant. Yeah. You might want to throw that away if you want winners. I don't know. Cam Ward said they got a top 5 receiving core. This isn't a football podcast. I apologize. All right, picks. So, D Watt's closing back in here.
Catching up.
He's only 4 down to me.
Lock it in here.
4 down to me, 5 down to JP. So for him to catch this, though, we're getting. See, the thing about it is this doesn't end with NASCAR season. So this podcast goes through the dome, and then we'll probably take some time off. But we'll go every week through the dome, I think, is probably the plan. But so we'll see what happens. We're going to do a little different this week. I didn't, Daytona making picks is kind of a show, so I kind of wanted to skip that. So we're going to do a cup pick. We are going to pick cup winner. We're going to do number of cautions in the Xfinity race. This will include the cautions, and then we're going to do U picks. That can be a dirt track or
the cautions
NASCAR,
for the stage breaks, you mean, right?
Huh?
The cautions for stage breaks. It does include that, right?
Yes. What did I just say?
It does include the cautions. That's what you said.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. It does include the cautions for the stage break. Sorry.
Okay.
I haven't slept. I slept for like 4 hours last night, and I'm still actually wearing my work clothes. So, anyways, but we'll see what happens there. So, D Watt's got to go last. JP's leading, so I'm going first. So, I'm just going to go ahead and do this like a man. Give me the 77 machine, Carson Hocevar. I believe that he will get it done in the Cup race on Saturday night at Daytona International Speedway. JP, that'd be you next.
Who did you pick? Sorry, I was tuning in something over here.
The Carson Hocevar. What are you, iRacing? You already talking to iRacing team?
No, I'll save it for my one hot minute here. But give me Zane Smith. I said it right after the Richmond race.
All right.
I was talking to Pops about the points and all that could happen. Zane Smith is going to win the damn race.
Yeah, I think I like that pick. D-Watt, we'll let you pick a rational pick.
All right, give me Brad Keselowski.
Oh, man, I hope so.
He'll wreck somebody. Wreck the whole field.
I'd just like to point out this is the first time I would not be disappointed with any of those picks. So, number of cautions in the Xfinity race, including the stage, so we're automatically at 2. Give me 8.
9.
Whew.
Give me 7.
Oh, man. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. I hope we all miss, and it's like 3. All right. You pick race. So I don't have anything to pick here, just to be honest with y'all. I'm going to go 17M, Dale McDowell, assuming he's going to be at North Georgia. If that changes, I will let you know on Saturday. But I'm going to go 17M, Dale McDowell at North Georgia Speedway Saturday.
Give me the 23, baby.
V?
Yes, sir.
At North Georgia Speedway?
Yes, sir.
He's on something, so I like it. All right.
Give me RTJ on Saturday night for the Lucas race.
Man, listen, I'm not trying to be a butthead, but that's a pretty ballsy pick because RTJ really hadn't looked that good. Yeah. He started the year hot, but, he's kind of been off, right? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Fast racetrack, flat racetrack. It's a good thing Bobby Pierce ain't going to be there. I kind of like that one. I don't know. I think Josh Rice is trying to go to this race, just for the record. So I thought I heard that somewhere, maybe on Dirt Board or something like that. But we'll see what happens. So I do like all the picks, fellers. I wish you all the best of luck. I hope Carson Hocevar wins. I'll probably dump like $1,000 on it. DraftKings, I'll let you know how that goes. If he wins, we'll probably buy us a dirt car, and then we'll quit the podcast and start building. But I don't know. Other than that, it's been a great week. Thank y'all for being on here. Appreciate it, JP. Sorry you missed us last week. We're going to go to the one hot minute and send it out. JP seems like he's just amped up and raring to go, so we'll let him go first, then we'll go D-Watt, then me, and then we'll get out of here.
So I got a hot minute and a half, okay? So the first hot minute, we're taking donations to send Casper the host here to iRacing Driving School. after what I witnessed last night. It's bad. Also, one thing that I didn't get to cover earlier that I put in the notes that I guess he didn't give a shit about. This week is the Spring Fling, which makes no sense that it's in the spring, but it's a $7,000 to win iRacing Super Late Model Dirt Race. So
saw this today.
It's a pretty big deal.
Are you registered?
I am not. No, because I am not. Because I can't do any of that.
Well, sign me up. I can handle
Shut
it.
Up. Yeah. Okay.
I have a B-class license. I can handle it.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't look at my driver rating.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let D-Watt go. In my defense, I haven't raced iRacing in about 5 months, so I don't want to hear nothing.
It does not matter.
I got
dude.
really.
You looked like a blind squirrel behind the wheel.
I got good for a while, and then I've gotten bad because I haven't raced. Give me 2 weeks. I'll be back running a crate. It'll be fine. I'm going to run dirt because dirt's harder than asphalt, so I'm going to run dirt so I can get good. Then I'm going to go back to asphalt, and it'll be like riding a bike. Asphalt's so easy compared to dirt. Dirt racing's where it's at. You asphalt guys don't even know what you're doing. All right, D-Watt, go ahead.
All right. Mine is tracks sell, decals, sell shirts, sell hats. I think it's good when these tracks can have like a table set up, kind of like we saw Saturday night with merchandise. I like to buy the stickers, and same for you, Casper. So that's my hot minute. Is just I like seeing tracks sell merch. Not all tracks we go to, they don't, or they got it somewhere and it's hard to find, whatnot. I like it when it's just a table. And they sell a few items, you get it, and I just like it as a fan that they sell stuff.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's 100% good point to do the whole like sell your brand. There's a lot of tracks don't do it, and we buy them everywhere we go, right? Like I got a whole toolbox covered with race stickers for funds. All right, my one hot minute, NASCAR. You got what you deserve. Austin Dillon got the clean win just like he did last year. This is the second year in a row. He won it clean. He made the playoffs. You can't do nothing. If you had any hair on the peaches, you go ahead and reinstate him for last year. Go ahead and credit him with a 13th place playoff finish. Give him a little bit of extra money. Y'all, I was ready to quit NASCAR a year ago. This Austin Dillon it feels like my redemption over the BS that is the NASCAR Stock Car Association racing body and their ignorance. I didn't have the podcast at the time, but I really did take like 5 weeks off because I felt like NASCAR put this demand out for people like Austin Dillon to do what he did and wreck Denny Hamlin and wreck Joey Logano to win a race to make the playoffs because that's what matters now. And I didn't like that they took him out of that because he did what they have been asking him to do and what they advertised that he did. I'm glad to see Austin Dillon get to win. Happy for RC, and I hope he takes that watch off and goes right on up to the tower and beats somebody up there this weekend just for fun. So, if we're lucky, Kyle Busch wins this weekend. They both get in. They get the double bird at him. So, that's my hot take.
I actually have one more hot minute that I actually put a note in my phone that I forgot about.
Let it rip. We're here for it.
So, I saw a clip today, and this has to do with MLB baseball. This is a racing podcast. I saw a clip of some player from the Mariners that got hit and then threw his bat at a pitcher. He should not be able to play for the rest of the season, in my opinion. You can't throw a bat at a human being.
See, I take the opposite approach. I think that they should make this, just like I keep saying at the racetrack, they should just put a boxing ring at all sports, and people that have issues during the game just go over to the side. Have y'all ever seen Redneck Brawls?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I know y'all have. I just wanted to ask you. This should be like Redneck Brawls. Okay, so it's 1 minute, 3-round, 1 minute fight. If you got an issue with somebody, same thing at the racetrack, you just go hit each other for 1 minute, and then you take a break, and you go hit each other again until somebody gets knocked out, somebody quits. Y'all, this is a quick shout-out to Redneck Brawl. Go check him out on Facebook. They had another fight this weekend in Johnson City, Tennessee. I watched this boy named Big Red get absolutely knocked into next year. For 45 seconds straight, he took nothing but haymakers to the face. I mean, it's 100% credit to a man that can absolutely just take a punch, because there's no way I could have done it. So shout out to them. But other than that, JP, I wore my Hot Carl Chassis shirt on Saturday.
Hey, I got the
wearing the hat. I like it. He was watching a little bit of World Outlaw Sprint Cars. If he was a real man, he would have watched High Limit. But It is what it is. Word Outlaw sucks. High Limit's the way to go. So we'll probably just got our podcast canceled. But it is what it is.
Here's the real thing. Sprint cars, just don't watch them in general.
Wow. Hey! Donnie Schatz got fired by Tony Stewart, and then said he hadn't talked to Tony Stewart in 4 months. I know Tony Stewart was a turd bag. I hate to say that, but it is what it is. He's got a kid and a racetrack, and he drag races now, so he don't even care if it's circles anymore. Anyways, I guess that's about it. Anything else you need for the road, D-Watt? You didn't get to talk too much late in the show. You did pretty good early, and we cut you off too much later. So you got anything else you need to get out?
No.
Ready for football?
Oh, yeah. Just was it 12 days, 13 days, something like that? So.
Boys, I drove downtown Knoxville, Tennessee.
Oh, man. Nobody wants to
smell it.
This.
I can smell it in the air. I got the grill fired up this weekend. I can smell it. I can smell the blood of the Syracuse Orange. It's going to be pouring down the river any minute. The only thing worse than Syracuse Orange is a daggum Georgia Bulldog.
Oh, yeah.
And what that? Go, balls, hammer down. Thank y'all for listening to the Caution Flag Contemplations podcast. Our theme music is Hard as Steel by Alex Productions. Thank you all for listening. Hammer down. Find a good race to watch. We'll see you next time. JP sucks.